would earnestly urge, my lord, I would earnestly urge, dealing with a subject, my lord, which is bothering everyone, my lord, to start with a presumption that every contribution should necessarily be a part of corruption may perhaps be a wrong, my lord, way of, my lord, looking at things. It may be that in some cases it can be quid pro quo. In some cases. But, my lord, the experience have suggested that in most cases, the vote, my lord, whoever donates, donors, be it individual contractor, businessman, company, trust, HUF, etc., they donate which kind of a government they want. Maybe out of 110, maybe kickbacks. I'll address that kickback part also.
But would that be valid if a company were to donate even 100% of its revenue? Is that guided by altruistic motives? We might see everybody doesn't donate, with as a kickback, not at all.
Therefore, my lord, kindly, my lord,
And
do
we
not
also
see
have
this.
companies. We also have companies. All companies cannot be tarred with the same brush in India. You have corporate sector which has contributed to the productive assets of the nation.
But
We are
look,
not.
they have
We are not at all saying that our
contributed
corporate
to
sector
the
is therefore
development
tainted.
of the
We shouldn't
nation.
make that assumption.
Well, only a minute, Mr. Sibal. There was something personal, not. It was not a fun or humor. my lord. Out of concern, I asked something, which I'll right now not share.
That's all right.
We had some concerns. I said, go to my chamber. That's all. Lord, so the idea was that instead of either shell company or paying by cash, let the clean money come into the system. And my lord, clean money has come into the system. Second, whether we like it or not, my lord, industrial houses, commercial houses, corporations, companies, they have, my lord, immensely helped, my lord, in the development of the nation. And now, my lord, as I have shown,
That's what I just said, that we don't
so
start with the
everyone, my
assumption
lord,
that our
does
corporate
not pay
sector
by
is
kickbacks
tainted.
to, my lord, believe that they need electoral bonds to be used or any other factor to be used to influence the decision making would be, my lord, shutting an eye on the reality. Without that also, my lord, that can be done. And possibly practically, despite, my lord, this white channel being available, both channels might be used by some companies which are, my lord, not kind of good companies. But good companies, my lord, do decide to donate based upon their experience, whether in this regime of the political government, my investment is safe or not, whether the country is going forward or going backward, whether I am.
All right, Mr. Solicitor, we now understand this.
But
can we do this to sort of to carry the dialogue further? Should we go straight to the scheme? Because we'd like to hear you on the scheme.
Page 25.
Let's have a look at the scheme
Page
so that
25.
your argument on the scheme will be of value to us. This we have now seen that
Because your lordships
you made your
have,
point, no doubt about it.
not kindly, your lordships have the challenge to a provision which gives away or does away with the cap. I have given my answer for your lordships to. I think I am clear.
Yes, of course.
Now, my lord, the scheme. See the definition, my lord. And my lord, please read, my lord, as if it is for a bona fide reason and not to encourage or legitimize kickbacks. Please examine that. There may be 10% out of 100 where kickback is provided. Kickback can be the motive of the donor. Electoral bond means a bond issued in the nature of promissory note, which shall be a bearer banking instrument and shall not carry the name of the buyer or payee. I have already explained why this is, why this confidentiality. So I will not read the second part, the second column is the object behind it. Object I have sufficiently attempted to explain and therefore I will not repeat it. Please see, my lord, authorized bank. This is the entire policy produced, reproduced verbatim. I have not missed anything. So your lordships can read either from the policy or from here, but here it would be more convenient because I have given my object of each
That's
clause.
better, actually, you're right.
But there is no part of the policy is missed, my lord, in reproduction. Authorized bank means the State Bank of India authorized to issue and encash the bonds in the branches specified in Annexure 1 to this notification. My lord, we had options, my lord, of public sector banks and private banks. Obviously, we cannot choose private banks. In public sector banks, the largest bank with largest presence in the country is State Bank of India. Therefore, State Bank of India. There is a specific exclusion of private banks in the FAQs. They don't use private banks for this channel because let it remain in one particular bank which can be trusted. And your lordships would not, Lord, kindly, Lord, bear with me, not trust institutions. And I'm going to show to your lordships that there is any deviation. If anyone tries to breach into the confidentiality, it leaves its footprints and will not go unpunished. My lord, I, as a law officer, spoke to the chairman of the State Bank of India. And I have his letter signed by him saying three things. A, except the contingency contemplated under section 7.4, that is the court's order, nobody can get. Well, I might even read, my lord, the letter, my lord, so that your lordship conscience is satisfied that even ruling party will not know. But if I can share, it's a 3-paragraph, 1-page letter, my lord, just to satisfy your lordship's conscience that the scheme does not allow or permit even ruling party to know about, even the government to know about. The central government as a body, my lord, no, not forget the ruling party in the government. Central government would not know. Lord, Lord, I have the hard copy, my lord. I will. Yeah. Lord, this is a letter addressed to me. Or may I read? In response to the queries of the Solicitor General, we submit our response as under. The State Bank of India has a foolproof mechanism for maintaining complete secrecy of details of purchaser of the electoral bond and also the political party which deposits such electoral bond. This information cannot be shared with anyone, including the central government. In the eventuality contemplated under clause 7.4, there is a scientific system available whereby this confidentiality can be decoded by a process and be placed before the competent authority or court under clause 7.4 of the scheme. It will not be in the interest of the scheme to put it in public. The mechanism which will be used while decoding information for being provided as required under clause 7.4 of the scheme. Now, my lord, the largest public sector bank is before the highest court of the country, signed by the chairman of that bank saying that this cannot be shared even with the central government. And we have a mechanism in place that nobody can breach it.